let's discuss what you need to know if you're involved in a Columbia car accident while you're at work. Generally, if you're involved in an accident while you're working, the injury itself is totally handled underneath the Workers' Compensation Code. In other words, your recovery is limited, your benefits, what you can and can't be paid, is basically directed entirely by the Workers' Compensation Statute. In the end, that's a good thing in some respects. You don't have to prove fault. There's an automatic guaranteed recovery in most cases. On the other side, the recovery is limited by the Workers' Compensation Code. In other words, generally, in workers' compensation cases, you get less than in cases if you're injured in an auto accident. In the circumstances where you're involved in an accident at work while you're working, but it's also a car accident, the rules completely change. In those cases, you do need a lawyer who understands both workers' compensation and auto. If you're involved in that type of instance, that accident, you have what's called a third-party claim. Basically, you can make a claim against the at-fault driver, and you can make a workers' compensation claim. In those circumstances, the claim against the at-fault driver has more value to you because it's not limited by the Workers' Compensation Statute. In other words, there's no limit except for a separate statute in Maryland that covers pain and suffering damage limit. There's really no other limit on what your recovery can be. So it's a good place for you to be. It's a good place to file the claim. The problem is both claims have to be filed. And the problem you run into in these situations invariably, or most lawyers don't understand the comp statute and how auto works with it, and as a result they mess up your workers' compensation claim. How they mess it up is simple. You can pursue the auto claim. If you pursue the auto claim while you're pursuing the workers' compensation claim, which is what you're supposed to do, the workers' compensation carrier does have the right to get paid back for benefits that it paid. In other words, it can get paid back by the insurance company. It's the lawyer's job to understand what those benefits are and to negotiate down the amount that the workers' compensation carrier paid. If it's done properly, you get a great recovery under the auto claim, you get a recovery under workers' comp, and any lien that workers' comp paid is reduced. And you need an experienced personal injury lawyer to do that.